Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
You've been a Vistage member for a small business group for just a few months. How has being in a Vistage group of your peers affected you and your mindset?
Well, I think the biggest shift in focus for me was this whole experience has forced me to not just invest the money and the time, but change my perspective on how much of my time I'm going to spend working on my business and how much I'm stuck in the business grinding day to day. And I've made goals for many years to shift that balance, but Vistage has kind of uprooted me and kicked me a little bit and forced me to make that process start to happen. So that's what I'm most excited about.
So, last month, no, actually, I'm sorry, this month, last week, you hosted the Vistage group meeting and gave a tour of your facility. And a great job, by the way, hosting your hosting presentation and so forth. What were some of your takeaways going through that process?
Well, I think it's been an interesting experience because I kind of felt like a standout, given that yes, I run a business, but I'm not in a traditionally business centric industry. Being in health, fitness, and wellness, it's sort of an anomaly. Yes, there's a business aspect. People pay money. You have to keep track of it. But that's never what really got us into the business. So I think we lost sight of a lot of the metrics that someone with more business and financial background would focus on. So it's very helpful for me to be in a group with people who have a completely different focus than me. And perfect example, the rest of the guys in the group could look up at the presentation I was giving on the screen and immediately notice blind spots that I had not coming from a business background. So that was extremely helpful. And on the same tone, several of the members in my group had in other industries that were specific to their business, they had the exact same problems I had. Different details because we're different industries, but they're dealing with the same people management issues, the same marketing issues, the same growth headaches. And that level of acceptance and camaraderie, I felt really helpful because it made me realize, oh, I'm not special. It's not just me. Everybody's going through this. And I really felt like I could get a group together that could really help me move forward.
Now, one of the things you did as part of your host presentation is you did a SWOT analysis. Was there any eye-opening things that you found when you were thinking through that process?
Yeah, it's funny. That was one of the things, having read about a SWOT analysis in many business books over the years, and no one ever really forced me for homework to sit down and do it. And this presentation did because it was an assignment. I'm really good at assignments. I just have to be told what to do. So I did it. It actually was very clarifying and very helpful. And immediately when I had that up on the screen, one of the other members noticed specifically, hey, you talked about relationships being a very, very key part of your business, but you don't have that listed here under strengths. I had it under opportunities, but he immediately picked up on the fact that I had mentioned that several times previously in my presentation, didn't list it as a strength, and it just totally blindsided me. I completely overlooked it, and his point was totally accurate. So that type of immediate eyeball perspective from your peers is extremely helpful.
How has it changed kind of your outlook of where you're going and where you want to say where your company and you are heading for in the future?
Sure. I never really focused on that. I was, again, so bogged down in training my clients, working with my colleagues. Fortunately, things were as busy as they could be, and we were all at maximum hourly capacity. But working that hard and being that busy left me very little opportunity to handle the logistics of any opportunity for growth in my business. If I had an opportunity for networking, for personal continuing education, those were pushed by the wayside because I was busy operating my business. And this experience has forced me to retrofit that. And I had to do it manually. I had to put my money where my mouth was, give up clients, give up time, and invest in this experience. And that's made me see, to continue to grow into the future, to have those opportunities, this is what I have to do. And having never done it before and waiting till I was this old and cranky to do it has given me an entirely new runway. I see another 15 to 20 years of this business, but on a completely different trajectory.
Now, you and I have met on several occasions doing our monthly one-to-one. How has that made an impact on you, assuming it has, of course?
Yeah, I like the difference in focus comparing the one-to-one to the group meetings. I think they both have key elements. They share a lot, but they both have several nuances that are unique. So when I meet with you, my chair, one-to-one, and have that entire session tailored specifically, not just what's going on with me and my business and I'm concerned about or have issues with, but what's going on with me personally and how my personal life, my own health, my own relationships, how those affect what I'm doing in my business. And that all encompassing approach is, I feel really selfish because I get to just deal with my issues, but it's also key. And then working through my issues, bringing them to the group, everyone's doing the same thing, and then we can all come to work together. I really see how that balance plays a part. So it's been extremely helpful.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your time today and your insight, and I look forward to a long relationship in the group and with me as your chair. I think you're an outstanding member, and I really enjoy your expertise, getting to know you better and where you're going. I'm excited for your future.
I'm as well. Thank you.